now to Moorabbin, and there was a suspicion that the Southern Saints might just trouble the West Coast Eagles on heavy going. The Eagles, of course, top of the ground specialists, and after a fair bit of rain in Melbourne during the week, we would have been very surprised if Moorabbin had been hard and fast today. Well, it didn't seem to trouble the Eagles early. They jumped out of the blocks in great style with 5 goals in the first quarter, but the Saints held them goalless in the second term and, in fact, by the long interval, had gained a 3-point lead. We joined the action at the start of the second half. Our commentators from Broadcom, Bob Skilton and Peter McKenna.
Scoreboard showing 3 points the difference. 6-6-42 St Kilda at the beginning of this third quarter. The West Coast Eagles 5-9-39.
Keane got the tap. Kicked off the ground by Zanotti. Lamb coming through, collides on that occasion with Nixon. No free kick though. Pack forms, and umpire Harris comes in to throw the ball up just in front of the St Kilda players' race, which is on centre wing. Keane and Jones. Jones gets it down. Taken now by Lamb across to Renstead. Renstead gives the hand pass back to Lamb. A quick kick up towards half forward. Punched away that time from McConville. It comes out now towards Malaxos. He can't trap the ball. The pack forms and the umpire will come in. Robert Neal is there and we'll find a throw-in to take place. Robert Neal wearing his old number 35. He was number 36, but with David Grant swapping that and taking number 6, he's got his number that he wore at Geelong. Cunningham's kick was smothered. Lewis trying to keep the ball in play. Does tap it back. Cunningham taps the ball onto Gamble. Gamble shows a good turn of speed, drives in towards the centre, but Turner's in the way. This is a sitter. Lamb comes through, tried to tap the ball on, tapped out towards Winmar. He kicks it off the ground. Worsfold onto Malaxos. Malaxos got a hand pass back, didn't look where he was putting it though. Burke picks it up for St Kilda, drives it down. It's all St Kilda as Owen's got it. He's got Lockett down there. Gives a hand pass across towards Marcoux. Marcoux into the open goal, hits the post.
Well, believe it or not, I think Ian Owen should have kicked it to Lockett in the first place, who ducked back on his own, and Alex Marcoux eventually hand passed to him, and Marcoux from point-blank range hit the post. So that was a bad miss to the Saints. 4 points the difference in favour of St Kilda as the kick comes out towards half-back. Keane couldn't take the mark. It's knocked away by Grant. In they go after it. There's Dean Turner dispossessed of the football, and the umpire said it was too high on Dean Turner. He'll take the free kick on the half-back line. Turner has battled hard today under these adverse weather conditions. Certainly the Eagles not used to these conditions as he brings it towards centre wing. Now they'll get plenty of that in the Melbourne winter when they come over here, the Eagles. So a lot different to playing over in the West, as we see Gamble, who started off the game very, very well, under pressure, puts it out of bounds on the full.
I don't know, this is dry compared to the last game in the West.
Yes, but I think there was more water than mud over there, wasn't it?
Yes, there was. It's off the hands of the pack. Gastev puts it up towards the forward area. Can Wiley get there? Wiley comes in. Brooks snaps over the shoulder. Doesn't go towards goal, but it's a mark nonetheless. As Zanotti had come right down the ground. And I wonder whether Zanotti might even be on the ball as Miles is at centre half back. Lamb, Lockyer, Mainwaring across the back line. Worsfold, Miles and Brennan. So Zanotti could be on the ball.
Well, it'd be a good move if he is, because he's a racehorse and they need a bit of bite round the packs.
Zanotti puts it through the centre. One goal to mark Zanotti. Zanotti kicks his first goal. And a good move to put Zanotti in the play. As on replay, we see Wiley. Blind turn, snap towards goal. Across it goes, and Zanotti stood his ground well.
Well, a very handy one to start the third quarter. It gives the Eagles the lead by 2 points when St Kilda were doing the attacking in the first 2 or 3 minutes. Renstead out wide. Nathan Burke was the number 48. 57 is Rice. Renstead to Holmes. Wiley doing some good shepherding. Lewis cops one high around the head. Could have received a free kick. Rice is there though. Oh, bad hand pass to Neal, holding the man. It must be to Malaxos. And I don't think you should argue about that one, Scratcher, because that was a definite free kick to Steve Malaxos on centre wing. He brings it towards the pocket. Glendinning is shuffled out of it. Gastev is there. The umpire saying it was not in the back. And against Ricky Nixon, so the throw-in will take place at the 50-metre line, half-forward flank. Now, Wal Jones against Scott. I've been impressed today with Scott with his strong physical work. And that was a lovely hit-out too. Nixon was there. Malaxos, a hand pass, or Anir was grabbed. Umpire called play on. Now was that in the back? Against Scratcher Neal again to Dean Turner. Good use of the body by Turner. Play on as the umpire said he ran over the mark. Towards half-forward, Joffa Cunningham couldn't take the mark. Ricky Nixon crashes his way through the back. A hand pass. Oh, Malaxos has battled hard today. A lovely hand pass to Dean Turner. And Turner with a floating kick up towards Lewis. Lewis fisted away. Glendinning's there. Pounces on the ball and the umpire will come in and throw it up.
The throw up to take place across the half-forward line for the Eagles, who hold a 2-point advantage 7 minutes into the third term. Lovely tap by Jones. Coughlin got the ball through. Cunningham couldn't quite take possession. Holmes picks it up, is dispossessed. The pack is forming just as Cunningham picked the ball up, and the umpire had already blown the whistle. And so this time we'll find the ball thrown up about 50 metres out from the West Coast Eagles goal. Jones again wins the tap. His ruck work's been good today. It's picked up by Burke. Burke in towards the centre and low in front takes the mark. Wanted to get the ball moving. He's looking for a hand pass. Now he puts the ball out wide. Mainwaring taps the ball away, but it's Burke who hand passes on to Peter Budge. Running through, puts the short pass in. It's a lovely pass. And Tony Lockett with the opportunity as Ron Alexander doesn't look too impressed with the situation at the moment. And Tony Lockett, who has already kicked 3 goals. St Kilda trailing by 2 points, so if Lockett can kick truly, 3 goals, 4 on the board so far. So it's Tony Lockett. 30 metres out. The kick from Lockett. Swinging back for 2. 4 goals. No, I'm sorry. I thought it was a goal the way the umpire was there. So it's 3 goals, 5 to Tony Lockett.
And Ian Owen tried to con the umpire then, but he was having none of that as Lockyer. Oh, a short pass from full-back. Rod Owen, I should say. What did I say? Ian Owen. This is a former Richmond player. Nicky Winmar from the 50-metre line has a chance for a goal. It floats. And a great goal to Nicky Winmar. 2 goals to that particular player, and that was a poor kick by Andrew Lockyer. He went for the short pass, was misdirected. Winmar took the mark, and a lovely kick results in a goal as we see in replay.
Winmar kicks from 50 metres out, and that's a lovely kick by Winmar. In these conditions, it's worth at least 70. Kicked off the ground by Greg Burns, down towards the half-forward line. Worsfold kicks it off the ground, and Owen runs after for St Kilda, picks the ball up beautifully, swings back onto the left foot, straightens up, drives it down, looking for Lockett, but out in front is Lockyer. Comes after it again, kicks it off the ground, out towards the Noddy, who can't handle the ball cleanly. Over the line it goes. A throw-in to take place. Marks the Noddy. Could be on the centre wing now as it comes towards Robert Neal. Neal with the left foot down towards the forward line. Lockyer comes out. It's tapped over the top by Marcoux. Kicked off the ground. Over the line it goes, but not on the full. So a throw-in will take place. Forward pocket for St Kilda, with St Kilda leading by 5 points, 50 to 45. Kilda have a better marking average for this year, as Lockett couldn't take it. Tackle too high against Winstead, and Murray Winstead will come out with the free kick. Winstead goes across the ground. Mainwaring's there. A hand pass out to Lockyer. Over the top to Brennan. Brennan now from half-back. Drives it up towards the half-forward line. Danny Frawley used his body too well, according to the umpire, and the free kick goes to Ross Glendenning. Crawley not very happy about that decision, but Glendenning drives it long. Down towards the forward area. Punched away by McConville. St Kilda's defence was really tightened since early in that first quarter. And now, much to the delight of the St Kilda fans, a free kick to Joffa Cunningham. Cunningham hooks the ball in towards the centre. Low in front. It's punched away. Winstead tried to kick the ball off the ground. Wiley comes through.
Oh.
Burns does kick the ball off the ground. It's tapped wide by Keane. Kicked off the ground by Ania. Up towards Glendenning, who tried to tap the ball back. Doing a good job there was David Grant. Trapped the ball well. And the former Tasmanian, David Grant, comes out and causes a bounce to take place.
Centre half forward for the Eagles. They're not looking very impressive in this quarter. They really need a couple of quick goals. McConville, a high tackle by Gasquet right around the neck. Peter McConville, he doesn't mess around. He gets on and gets on with the game. Over to Cunningham. Cunningham further afield to Coughlin. Coughlin, good skills by Coughlin. Up towards half forward and the marker. Beautifully hand pass across to Neil. Neil to Lockett, and Lockyer has got no idea at the moment, no idea whatsoever on how to play Lockett. He was completely caught out of position. A beautiful pass admittedly came across. Tony Lockett's kicked 3-5 and a chance to kick his fourth. Well, Tony Lockett is playing a beautiful game at full forward. He's leading at the right time. He's giving a moving target for his teammates coming down the ground, and the only thing that's let him down today has been his kicking. Lockett from 30 metres. Oh, shocking kick.
It's only Lockett normally, Pete,
is one of the best kicks for goal in the league. And he's kicked 3 goals, 6, and didn't even look. But it's not as easy as it might look on camera, because out there with sticky conditions and a heavy ball, you don't quite get that firm footing.
Underfoot, it's not quite as easy as it looks, as you say, Pete. Zanotti at the back. Kicks the ball. Over the boundary line it goes. St Kilda fans looking for a free kick, but there isn't any such rule. It could be indiscriminate kicking or dangerous, but it wasn't on that occasion. Jones against Keane. Jones gets the tap. Wiley taps the ball onto Ania. Ania now favouring the drop punt with the left foot, puts it up towards centre half forward, and it's Danny Frawley who comes out in defence. Frawley puts it wide.
Glendenning to full back on Lockett.
McConville in towards Burke, and the youngster takes a timely mark. Burke goes wide. Peter Budge is out there. Marcoux giving the lead. Peter Budge goes short though. Nicky Winmar, a great effort, couldn't take the mark. Brennan to Mainwaring, he got the hand pass in. Through comes Holmes. A hand pass out wide, finds Malaxos. He puts the ball up towards half forward. Gastev was up high but couldn't take it. The loose ball comes through to McConville. The hand pass wide. Nixon takes the ball away for St Kilda. Up towards half forward. Peter Budge took it. Got it on towards Winmar. Winmar hand passes. Then is held. And so he will take the free kick. Nicky Winmar, midway between centre wing and half forward. A hand pass across to Robert Neal. Neal puts it down looking for Lockett, but in the way is big Laurie Keane. Surely that no advantage rule should have been paid there. It's 10 minutes after. Zanotti picks the ball up well. Drives it down there, but once again McConville firm in defence. Playing a magnificent game, Peter McConville. Goes short, finds Danny Frawley.
The Eagles are very poor up forward, Bob.
They are today, as Frawley puts it wide. Young Burke covering a lot of territory. Couldn't quite bring that one in. And it was over the boundary line on the full before Burke could get to it. Ania towards centre half forward. Jones stands his ground and takes a timely mark, but don't do that, Warren. You could have it taken off him.
Well, there's Jones kicking it wide, and he's got the loose man there in Coughlin. Frank Coughlin from half back towards half forward. Lowe takes the mark. Over to Winmar, and Nicky Winmar races into the open goal. He stabs. It was a touch. Doesn't matter anyway. I think it was, but it went the wrong side of the post. There's no doubt about Glendenning. He's got that great class. He always does the right things at the right time. The scoreboard shows 6-9 to 7-10, so that's 7 points the differences. No mark, said the umpire. 7 points, of course, in favour of St Kilda. Zanotti, not having a good day, Mark Zanotti, but he copped that one right in the middle of the back. He's not handling that wet ball well at all, Mark Zanotti. That's a dangerous pass, a shocking pass. Cunningham takes the mark. Off he goes, loses the ball. Coughlin's in there after it. Malaxos has been a real try today. Gets it towards centre wing with David Grant. Ducks back to take the mark. Off he goes. He's got his captain in the centre of the ground. Denny Frawley streaks down the ground. They're really falling down up forward, the Eagles. Lockett flies. Glendinning fists the ball away towards the line. There's two Saints players though. Peter Budge, beautifully done by Peter Budge. Great play. Oh, fisted away. Back it comes to Laurie Keane. He picks it up at half-back. Doesn't get caught with the ball. Kicked away by Miles towards half-back. This is a torrid contest at the moment. Grabbed by Nathan Burke after a quick hand pass by Coughlin. Now it's the captain. He might kick a goal as he goes for the long kick down towards Lockett. He's got it! Great play, Frawley, and great play, Lockett. At top mark, he beat two West Coast Eagles defenders about 20 metres out from goal.
A magnificent piece of play by Lockett. Stood his ground well, kept his eye on the ball, and juggled it. A magnificent mark, and surely he cannot miss this one. 3 goals, 6 he's kicked so far out of 7 goals, 10. 7 points the advantage in favour of the Saints, and this could really lift the Saints and I'm sure that Lockett will kick this one.
It'll give them a 13-point break, and goals are hard to come by today, Bob.
The Eagles have only kicked one since quarter time, as Tony Lockett, 20 metres out, right through the centre. 4 goals to Tony Lockett. 4 goals, 6 in fact, of 8 goals, 10. 58 to 45, 13 points the margin on replay. The Saints skipper, Danny Frawley, drives the ball forward. Horsfall attempted to take the mark, should have come over the top and tried to punch the ball away, but didn't do so. And we see a great shot of Tony Lockett taking the mark.
Glendinning slipped too, it certainly didn't help. Centre bounce, or throw up in fact. Don't tell me forwards don't make a difference. Put Lockett at the other end, it'll make a big difference, that's for sure. As we see, that was Burns getting it down to Marcoux. Marcoux on half-forward flank. They're really alive at the moment. The Saints, they got the snip of victory. Winmar, oh, cleverly done. Off balance. He picked out Scratch O'Neill on half-forward flank. Now Lockett's about to lead. He leads to the right position. He led to the centre. Glendinning will come over the back. Taps it away. Dean Turner rode beautifully at the back of the pack. Up the side of the boot. Oh, Renstead's got to do the high flying against 4 Saints players. Jeff Cunningham crashes his way through. Winmar's been an excellent player. Back it comes to Cunningham from Winmar. Cunningham onto the left foot, out wide, and he finds Alex Marcoux, who marks about 55 metres from goal. Now, Lockett's the focal point. He's calling for it. Now it's up high, but he's got Glendinning to beat, and Glendinning read that beautifully. Ducks back to take an easy mark.
So Ross Glendinning, back pocket at the present moment, hasn't got a lot to kick to, has to go short, and finds Don Holmes. And the Eagles' small players have been quiet. Budge, Peter Budge up over the top. Mark for mine. Darryl Ball knocking at the Whiteheads and Kilda fan. That was an excellent mark by John Peter Budge.
He's played well, Bob.
He has. There it is again. Well worthy of it. 45 metres out. Goes for the short pass to Lockett. Nodding their head.
Oh, I can't believe that they would allow space for the full forward. Tony Lockett is playing brilliantly. To allow in that space, the backman was a disgrace in my book.
I agree with you. I think it's the ruckman's job, the rover's job, the ruck rover's job.
Yep.
All to fill that space. As Tony Lockett lines up. And it's goal number 5 to Tony Lockett.
Well, that's a great performance by the big full forward. 5 goals. Trevor Barker in the crowd there, and we'd be proud of the big full forward. But there's a good performance by the Saints. 9-10-64 to the West Coast Eagles. 6-9-45. And they're playing much better football under these conditions in the West.
They certainly are, Pete. 1 goal, 4 since quarter time the Eagles have kicked. Keane, beaten for the tap. It's picked up again by Burns, having a picnic in the centre. Marcoux couldn't quite take it. Coming across and being held was John Peter Budge. He's held again for mine. Taps the ball wide. Lockett comes in, shows strength, dives in after it, maintains it in the forward line. St Kilda playing much better football than the Eagles at the present moment. They're taking the game not up to, but away from the West Coast Eagles.
Well, they'll be a very good side, the West, if they can come back from there, because they've got a lot of players down. Redenstead has been a very quiet player, and I think they would normally rely on him for 30 or 35 possessions in a game. Bob?
Good team effort so far by St Kilda. Tight defence, players all over the ground doing well. Smothered, tapped on by Brennan. Winmar, who's played an excellent game, doing well. The loose ball comes out to Holmes. The hand pass wide to Worsfold. Worsfold puts the ball up towards the centre wing, and Miles, I should say. I thought it was a number 5 as Miles slid through. Now playing up on the forward line. Miles puts the ball forward. Ashenko, 2 attempts, taps the ball on. Gamble, kicks the ball off the ground. Burns is there for St Kilda. Can't quite handle it cleanly. Kicked the ball off the ground, hoping for Gamble to go after it. Winstead was there. Umpire Clayton indicating that they'll throw the ball up. Great tackling by St Kilda. They just won't allow the Eagles to break clear. 19 points, the advantage held by the Saints as John Anea puts the ball forward. St Kilda players everywhere as Nixon gives it across McConville. Over the top it comes to Burke. Nathan Burke drives the ball forward, punched away, picked up by John Peter Budge. Winmar comes through, tackled beautifully, and is penalised.
Great tackle. Terrific tackle by Andrew Lockyer, and fully deserved that free kick as he's got it at centre-half back. But their big problem has been absolutely their lack of forwards. Here's a chance, though, for Dwayne Lamb, who's had a fairly quiet day also. He's been one of their stars in recent weeks. Over to Malaxos. He's almost been their best player. He chips it across. Now a chance for Ischenko. Was it a mark? No. Mainwaring goes in after it. McConville's been a good player. Tackled by Lewis, and the umpire said it was held to him right in front of the Eagles' goal. If the Eagles could get even a goal, it'd give them a bit of heart, and maybe they'd be right back in it. At the moment, 3-3 under these conditions. Not a bad lead, but certainly not impossible to catch that up in a short period of time. There's a hand pass coming out to Cunningham. Cunningham kicks wide. He's got Grant there. David Grant takes the mark, and from half-back, and being a Tasmanian, he'll be used to these conditions. Up towards, oh, that's a free kick to Neil. Yes, no doubt about that. That was interference when the ball wasn't within 5 metres, and Robert Neal takes his kick on centre wing.
So Neal, veteran of 203 league games, drives it up towards half-forward. Worsfold was up, well rode by Marcoux. Threw the ball out. Should have been penalised, actually.
Very lucky.
Alex Marcoux was still in possession. A bad decision for mine. But here he is with a free kick nonetheless. Marcoux, the lead from Lockett. Straight onto the chest of Lockett. Tackled too high against Lockett. And Glendenning, I don't think Glendenning can run with Lockett.
No, I tell you what, this is a classic full-forward display by Tony Lockett. I reckon it's fantastic to see. Instead of just blazing away a goal and hoping someone will take a mark, there is Lockett leading out.
Is there any other position on the ground? All you ever talk about it.
Well, look, he's the difference between the sides. You put him up the other end, it'll make an enormous difference, Bob. And Lockett, 5 goals, leading beautifully. And there's another one. 6 goals to the big full forward in a great display.
An excellent display by Tony Lockett. He is a real focal point for the Saints. On replay, Alex Marcoux drives it down. Lockett probably should have taken the mark, but he caught one too high from Dean Turner anyway. And the result, the 6th goal to Tony Lockett. Winstead takes the ball out of the centre, kicked off the ground by Nixon. Out wide the centre wing. Owen sliding after it. Desperately dives in there. It's in underneath Owen. Oh. And the umpire has a little bit of wrestling, a little mudslinging, a bit of pushing in the face.
I'll tell you what, John Worsfold's not backward in coming forward. He copped one in the face there, but he came back hard too. Good on him.
Only a youngster too, John Worsfold.
He's a real goer.
18 years of age, formerly from South Fremantle. David Grant tried to get it through to Burns. Burns, almost like a fend-off on rugby, running the line.
Doesn't he love these conditions, Bob? Hey, a real workhorse. Oh, Keane cops it over the neck on centre wing, but a lot of the Eagles players have not contributed today. They've been very, very quiet. A lot of their really good players of recent weeks, and I'm sure that they're going to get a depth of the Melbourne conditions of play. As we see the ball half-forward flank, of course I refer to the wet. There's Ricky Nixon. That St Kilda backline has been absolutely superb, particularly since quarter time. Winmar has been an excellent player. Laurie Keane. A hurry kick is Chenko underneath the ball. McConville's had a brilliant quarter across that half back line. He's dominated.
The second quarter was excellent as well.
4 goals.
But the whole back line of knitted together was a tight unit.
Well saved. Frawley setting a fine example down there too. Cunningham is there. He's had a good quarter. A strong tackle by Main Waring. And the umpire said too high. And it is McConville again. Playing on. A hand pass to Winmar. Got a ton of toe too. Look at him go. Ran about 15 metres and kicks it long. Yes, it was a good kick. Lamb drops what he should have taken. It's grabbed by Burns and shrugs off Galaxos. Over to Neil. Neil, a hurry kick. Here's danger. Oh, Glendinning almost through that one. Oh, great play. Lockett over to Marcoux. Marcoux to Lowe. That was top play by Lockett and it results in a goal to Stuart Lowe. What good team play that was. And
so the Saints having a great win down at Moorabbin. They went to three-quarter time leading by 31 points and came right away to win by 48, their second win on the trot. They haven't done that too often in recent years. Tony Lockett kicked half their goals, a great tally of 7 in difficult conditions, 2 each to Owen and Winmar for the winners, and all single goal kickers for the West Coast Eagles. And note that the Eagles kicked a paltry 1 goal after quarter time. Here's Darryl Baldock's analysis of the Saints' great defensive effort.
Yeah, well, you know, I thought we allowed them to be in the game at half-time, to be quite frank. I thought we had the opportunities to be further ahead at half-time. We weren't. And I said, right, fellas, we just can't have a repeat of what's happened a couple of weeks ago, where our third quarter has let us down a couple of times. And, you know, they had to start the game again. And I thought they played it very well the last half, even though we still made a few errors. You know, if we can keep rectifying some of the errors that we've got and building confidence as it goes, you know, we'll worry a lot of sides, particularly down here.
A couple of your experienced players getting back into a bit of form, particularly Burns.
Yes, well, Greg, of course, is a great player, and he's a player who had interrupted pre-season, but the last couple of weeks he's back to what Greg Burns can do.
Your use of Tony Lockett, the boys really did look for him today and dispose of the ball well. It must be great to have someone, a key forward, to fire up.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know, our forward line has been very good. Both Stewie, Lowy and Tony of course is a sensational player. You know, he could be anything, and I think he'd even be better if we could play him centre half forward, to be quite frank, because he's so mobile for a big player.
It was Doc's friend in the background there, no one I knew.